Wow. If you resonate with Nikola Tesla, you'll want to stay for these messages. Now, I've been channeling Nikola Tesla for a very long time, but so I pulled up Gematria, and these are some of the messages that I got, and I'll be making further channeled messages, just short videos for TikTok. So here we go. Are here. So I got Aries and Aries. So significance with Aries, you might be a double Aries, or you might have a lot of Aries placements in your chart. Aries also means arise. That's another word or etymology that another way that you could spell the words. Tesla, Nikola Tesla, when I pulled it up in Gematria, it's a number 346. Which in a sense doesn't really coincide with his 369, though it does hold the 3 and the 6, which add to a 9. But we get the number 13, which adds down to a 4 if you add the 1 and the 3. And that is an even number, and he's mostly, into the odd numbers. So the Gematria messages that I got that stood out the most are Decode Cortana, Light Plasma, The Bird Sang, Name Change is Game Change. Name Change is Game Change. This other word that I can't spell, so I'm not even going to try to say it. One Oak Tree, One Oak Tree, One to Imagine, Sea Fund, like the sea, Sparkler, Umbriel, Bible Second Seal. Also interesting to note is I looked up, the time was 1:55, and just the other day I had realized that January 23rd of 2023 is a 1:23:23, and if you add the 2 and the 3 and the 2 and 3, you get a 55, so it's 155, and I saw that time while looking up Gematria for Tesla. And if you add the 1, the 5, and the 5, you get the number 11. And it really made me think of 11 Stranger Things. And when I think of Tesla's energy, I really envision like a portal energy. And so, yeah. Decode Good Night, Electrical Grid, Google Call Phone, Greek Palladians. This was interesting to me. I might have to do a part 2 here. Her Name is Helen, Book of Gilgamesh, Alien of Andromeda, Biblical Trees. Trees have been coming up a lot. Doppelganger effect. I recently saw a post about doppelgangers or twins, and you could also take that in a multitude of different ways. But for these messages, do a part 2 here. A multitude of different ways, but let's get through this. Faith of Armenia. Armenia has been coming through left and right. France, Romania, Goddess Aria, Areia, Hungaria, He is the Plan, I Am Gomorrah, I Heard Her Sing, Immaculance, Kali, Son of God, Odin, Sea Spread, 119 code. Now this is crazy to me. This is under Nikola Tesla. 119, 119 is the time of my birth. 119 code. And if you don't believe me, I think I'm going to screenshot it and enter it in here, because that's just like freaking crazy to me. Sea of Heart, reminded me of like the heart of the sea or the heart of the ocean in Titanic. In contact, so you might be in contact with the spiritual realm, angels, God, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, what else? Aliens, spirit guides. We also, something me and my sister were talking about yesterday was the pearl of the dragon. Keeping yourself pure in the midst of a satanic realm. So we have Sarah Pearl, and I thought this was interesting too, because supposedly Jesus's and Mary Magdalene's daughter's name is Sarah. We have Sarah Pearl, and then also Skola Dragon. So the pearl in the dragon's mouth was something that me and my sister were talking about last night. So very interesting. A lot of messages, but there might be something that clicks for you or just helps you towards something more. Okay, further messages that I got today that were channeled and that I saw reflected in my outer reality, so I'm going to speak about them. We have the Jaffa Gate. We have Jerusalem. So the Jaffa Gate is in Jerusalem. We have tables turn, and that's a message I've been getting for quite some time. Getting tons of messages. Give me some time. Towards Mount Zion. Towards Mount Zion. And the Mount Olives, the mounts have been very significant. There's also, I was watching a woman on TikTok, and she was getting some scriptures and from the Bible, and some of the ones that I was getting were Matthew 2 verses 11, Matthew 2 verses 12, Jeremiah 5 verses 23, and then also Mary Magdalene's Gospel. Another thing to note, my mom's birth time is 10/23. And so I got Mary 23, which is 10/23, which is 123. I've been seeing lots of 123s. I even saw it on a license plate this morning. So you could be seeing lots of like 121s and 3s and 0s. And Mary 1023 actually means anastasis. My friend Janet reached out to me, who's she said it's anastasis, which means resurrection in Greek. Okay. And other messages that I got was a symbol that has this like circle and a triangle in it there. Okay. The heart with the infinity symbol as well. And I got he is coming, the devil has lost, love won. Other messages that I've channeled. Today's been, I'm telling you guys, this whole week has been crazy, but we've also had like huge solar energies and flashes coming in too. So I think a lot of people are receiving stuff if they take time to sit and meditate and just kind of automatic right, or just allow things to flow through. However you receive, there's no right or wrong way. It's just however you do it. But I was drawn to draw this castle. And earlier on TikTok, I was watching this woman who was going through a castle, I believe, in Scotland. And so that was really cool. But then this castle came through, okay? And it's saying, it has these windows with like the little swirly spirals there, 1, 2, and 3. And I got the message that the windows are actually portals, and that these windows of this castle, they are portals where good aliens and also angels come through. And on the center pillar of the castle says Sophia, okay? And then I got the message mirroring pearls, and only 2 at a time can enter, kind of like Noah's Ark, but it means twins, like twin flames. And then I got the message common denominator, and I also got alchemical processes. So that was, and the message about coffee. So that was everything that I channeled on this page. Okay. Other messages that I got today, sunset spire, top of the tower. And that's kind of like giving that totality view, that higher perspective. Also, sun overcomes the moon, which would mean clear seeing, clear knowing, clarity overcoming illusion, and mystery. I got the hero's journey. Me and my sister were talking about that in the story that is the hero's journey that goes with the tarot cards. I also got, what else? What other messages? Roses. I got protection from bad energy. I also got, so it was the soup. My sister bought these soup bowl warmers, and they protect you from getting burned. And the message I got from that was protection from bad energy, like warding that off. That was another huge topic last night. Exploring your creativity. Being the jack of all trades is actually quite good if you look at the totality of that quote. Let's see what else. I also got the number 21 and the number 19. What else? Skull and crossbones. Lollipops. I saw something on here about how your social security number, you can add it up the same way you would your date of birth, and narrow it down to figure out like your life path number, but with the social security number, you can see to what the government like labeled you as, and it's quite interesting when you look up the meaning of that number. So I included that. I got Morse codes, the 00101110. I got different mathematics or different ways of creating your own mathematics. I got the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going through decorated doorways. So, you know, doorways that have those things hanging down and you kind of like enter like this. Removing chains, the Scotland Castle, roses, Eye of the Needle, Know Your Worth, Magnificence. I got dream work. Lots of us doing dream work at this time. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Rose Windows, 10 Minutes Left, Crossed Triangle, Make Your Mark. I got Come Here, You'll Love It, You'll Never Want to Leave. I got Old Architecture and Ether Energy. So, okay, other messages that I've been channeling. 1155, okay. And also 155 again. The book is open. The book is open, and it's got like this, these were different symbols and things that I wrote down, but the book is opened. It has like light language along the spine of the book and also on the front cover. So I don't know if you connect with aliens or channel light language. I also heard the birds, so the birds could be communicating things. I also see the numbers here by this alien head that has the infinity symbol as its eyes, 555 and 123. Okay, I also saw that on a license plate this morning. I also got the message, fairy tales coming to life. Fairy tales coming to life. And that's been a huge theme in my life for a very long time. So let me know if that resonates for any of you in the comments below. I would love to hear. I also got, you know, the tree of life and the 4 elements that are the pentacle, the sword, the wand, and the cup, and the tarot that are on the magician's table. So it's like you're just starting now to realize how you can start to allow these elements to work for you as opposed to them controlling you, because you start off as the fool on the hero's journey, literally, you know, being birthed here, not knowing anything and kind of not having made any mistakes yet and taking leaps and not really thinking things through. And then you step into the magician energy after you've learned like, oh, I can't do that. I need to start mastering my reality. And you start to see how these elements won't overtake you. You start to have control over the elements. So you have control over your cups, which would be your emotions. You have control with being able to ground your ideas, which would be the pentacles, the earth energy. You have control over your creativity and your anger, which would be that fire wands energy. And then also you are able to place boundaries where boundaries are need to be placed with that swords energy, and also be able to think more critically, I would say, and objectively with your thoughts, or be able to control the mind or have better control over your thoughts. And we have the mermaid energies as well. Lots to do with wind and aerokinesis, changing in the present moment, changing in the present. So like also like alternate timelines, realities that I've gotten. You can go to the next post. All right, you guys, more messages. So I was looking, I've been getting the name Anastasia for a very long time. And when I looked up the gematria of Anastasia, there's a lot that I found out. Now, Anastasia has to do with like the Romanovs and Russia, and it also has to do with Vladimir Meagher, who wrote this book about this high priestess that he came into contact with. Her name was Anastasia, and she was talking about kinships and all this stuff. And he came across her along the Obi River. So there's a lot more that I'm researching about her, but I pulled up her name in gematria. It also has a lot to do with 123, 1023, because 1023 in the Mary Magdalene Gospel is talking about Anastasia or Anastasis, and it means resurrection in Greek. So Anastasia means resurrection in Greek. Anastasia is 333. That's the number. Oh, I got to send this to my friend. That's why I was like, shit, I was drawn to this. Kundalini. So this is the gematria of her name. Okay, I might have to do a part 2 with this one. We have Kundalini. Let me know if any of these messages resonate for any of you. Philadelphia Eagles, Amicus, Amicus, Gemini Messiah, I am a rare blood, Commanders, I concealing Enoch, MK, like MK Ultra. We have Magic Secret, Others, Meant to Be, I Can't Sleep, Chessboard, Angelic Host. I also got Seal, Broken, M, Beam Me Up, Pregnant, Musica, Alien Ant Farm, Storage, Duracell, Cat, Triforce, Elizabetta, I Bearing Sun, Stealing God, I Second Coming, Earth Ends, Light Scribe, Molecule, Looped Time, Decode Titanic. And I did a video just after this talking about the heart of the ocean from the Titanic. Okay, so we have the Karate Kid, and it's interesting because the day before I channeled these messages, I was watching the song music video called Daniel by Bat for Lashes, and she made that song in inspiration of the kid from the Karate Kid. Okay, Lord Inky is back, Angel of the Ark, Epigenetics. We have Ocho, which I actually found out is choo, so choo, like train, and I hear the train all the time. So OCHO is actually choo, CHOO. We have Lincoln Park, lost pages, 3 miscellaneous, a queen bee, can't do it alone, proof I be God with the letter K. Okay, and I can't do it alone with the letter L, I believe it said. Like 11 is called L-E-L. Okay, from Stranger Things. Other messages I've been getting. The Golden Compass. So if you look at the Antikythera device that they found in Greece, it's really interesting. There's a lot of numerology within that device, and it predicts like eclipses, lunar eclipses, and solar eclipses, I believe, and all different kinds of things, like thousands of years in advance. And it's so amazing. Other people have tried to replicate it. Some have been able to, some haven't. And yes, so within the movie The Golden Compass, they talk about the prophecy of the witches. So that's been a huge message that's been coming out. Also, stuff about the White Rabbit. So the White Rabbit holds the time clock, right, in Alice in Wonderland. And we have magnolia pictures. So there, funny enough, there's a magnolia tree in my backyard, and the yellow magnolias are dedicated to the sun goddesses Medusa and Sana. And when I've learned all about Maga is like the divine mother. Mag is also Magdalena, Mary Magdalene. So Medusa, Mary Magdalene, Medusa Magnolia, Mary Magnolia. So yeah, a lot to do with the trees, and if there's a tree in your yard that you connect with, please look up what kind of tree it is and try to find that out. My daughter was saying stuff about evergreens and deciduous trees, and she's only 5, and I was like, oh my gosh, how do you know all this? She's learning all this stuff in school. But there's something particular with the tree that's in your yard that you'll be meant to connect with. But anyways, there's Magnolia Pictures movie called Italian Studies, and it's about a woman that loses her memory, yet she's a writer, and she's written all these documentaries about teenagers. It's really quite an interesting movie. I highly recommend it. And then I got Italian Studies, Italian Witches, and a Mary Magdalena post that I've also posted on my TikTok. So you'll want to go back through my TikTok and just see what you're drawn to. We have Messiah of the Witches, because this woman was also known as the Messiah of the Witches. Her mother is Diana. Aradia, that's her name. Aradia, Aradia, Queen of the Witches. Russia, Tartaria, Golden Compass. Lyra is the girl's name in the Golden Compass, which is a constellation, which represents the lion, which represents Leo, which represents Aslan in the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I am also getting MGM could mean Mary God Magdalene, like Mary Magdalene with God in the center of it. So yeah, MGM Studios, you know, so I don't know, just lots of messages. Let me know how they resonate in the comments below. Okay, I think this is this our last post? I think this is. These were messages that I channeled yesterday in pictures, and I have it up on my TikTok, but I'm going to read them off. There are turnarounds happening, and I keep hearing the tables are turning and quick turnarounds happening. There is a playback button, okay? I'm also seeing messages about the bubble of Glinda the Good Witch and of Wendy. Interesting to know, I've done a lot of research on fairy tales and things, and channeled tons of messages on my tarot readings on my YouTube channel. So if you're not following me on my YouTube channel, definitely do so. It's Kimberkiss Cosmic Queen on YouTube. I would love to see you there. Just pop in a comment, say hi on any of my videos. I'm going to be posting a lot more on there as well. But I do twin flame readings on there and also star seed readings. Some research on Wendy, Moira, Angela, Darling. And what's interesting is Sirius, the star system. So you might be Syrian. That's a lot of like mermaidy energy. It's a binary star system, 2 stars, Sirius A and B. Very bright white, blue light stars like Wendy's dress in Peter Pan. And so Wendy, Moira is actually the name of the goddess of Sirius. So it's interesting. Second star to the right, straight on till morning, which actually means a different star they've supposedly found out as opposed to Sirius, but I think it might have a connection to Sirius. I'm not really sure. Take it how you will. I also have a lot of light language on here. I have a lot of Tesla reference with the 369 and Tesla's diamonds. If you look at his vortex patterning with that 8-pointed star compass in the center, if you trace them out, they're diamonds. And they're also on his big thing with the lightning inside. You could see diamonds on it. I got We Are Remembering, aka Awakening. I got We Are the Waves. We Are Shifting the Matrix. Plant the Seed of a New Template. We Are One. Time is Illusory. Do You See? We Are Timeless Time Travelers. Timeless Time Travelers. I got Emerald City, okay, and the train. I got a message about the train, and the train is always like, I always hear it in my readings. It's always a divine emphasis from spirit. So this is a divine message. 2 triangles showing as above, so below. The diamond is hugely significant. Light language, ether energy, electric energy, plasmic energy. So yeah, take this how you will. Let me know how it resonates. But when I saw the bubble of Glinda, what that made me think of is like literally how she transports. It's almost like she uses her light body. She shapeshifts into a bubble. She bilocates places. She remote views places, and she time travels places. So lots of time travel. All right. And then we also have C, Didn't Do It, K. Identical match. We have Cat the Magdalena, the Tin Man, Alpha 2 Omega, Gobekli Tepe, God the female half gene. Why they create fantasy. Oh, and then I got a message. Why they create fantasy in other worlds is because they want you to believe it is only fantasy and myth, but it is actually real, and you create these things with your imagination. They're actually jealous of your capabilities with your imaginative mind. So yes. And time travel. Huge messages about time travel. Yeah, and messages about Anastasia, Alice, Wendy, Dorothy, Glinda, all of them. A whole new world. Also, oh, we have more messages. Okay. Books about architecture, messages about binary code, the tetrahedron, the 8-pointed flower, raising the dead like Mary and Jesus did, which means a lot of different things, actually. Fairy tales coming true, 11 Stranger Things, walking portals, glass being a mirror, light bodies coming together, scribing and scrying, and mirrors and water, and with mirrors and with water. So dragons, Potter and Oz and Alice in Wonderland, alchemical books 1122 and 234, the Antikythera mechanism again, eclipses, equinoxes, March. March is a huge time. I also got a message about March 18th. Okay, so March is a huge time. The vernal equinox, 322, March 22nd is a huge time. It's also the month of my birthday. Sailing, spring, golden compass, prophecy of the witches again. Yeah, I keep writing that down because that keeps coming through. And then, yeah, what else? I believe that's it for now. So, yeah. White light visualization, egg of white light around you to protect yourself if you're ever feeling you're not protected, and baby steps, stepping outside of your box, and Cool Kids by Echo Smith is playing when I channeled that. Okay, so yeah, whenever you're feeling drained by energies, envision white light surrounding you. So yes, yes. Let me know if any of these messages resonate in the comments below.